Good morning and welcome to Mornings on Main Street for this Friday, the 4th of August. I'm your host, Stefanie Miller. Thanks so much for joining us, you guys. The weekend is on the horizon, and I don't know about you, but I am ready for it. Maybe for a little later wake-up call, that is for sure. We do appreciate you being here today. This is what we have in store for you. We are checking in with reporter Chris Yao out of Columbia. He takes us to Nashville Tea Co. He shares with us the bubble tea they have on hand there and the beautiful environment they've created for their patrons. After that, we're in Clarksville at Valleybrook Park. This beautiful park has a new addition. It is a pollinator garden where they are inviting out all the bees, butterflies, and essential pollinators. But we'll talk to the woman behind this pollinator garden and learn about what's gone into this to make it a reality in the area. It really is a pretty sight. So I can't wait to share that with you. And then lastly, this morning, we are talking with a representative from Ascend Credit Union to learn the difference between banks and credit unions, some valuable information, some things you may not know just yet, but we'll have it for you a little bit later in the show. But first, let's get a check of some of our headlines you'll find on our website, mainstreetmediatn.com. A new multi-specialty community-based VA clinic is in the planning stages for the Clarksville area. The 235,000 square foot VA clinic is expected to add to the care already provided at the Clarksville VA on Weatherly Drive. The new space will serve some 35,000 patients. This is one of 3 new clinics approved for Middle Tennessee. Learn more about what you can expect at the VA clinics by going to mainstreetmediatn.com and clicking on Main Street Clarksville. Columbia State Community College Foundation now has a new nursing scholarship endowment in honor of Nancy Coughlin. The scholarship's namesake is Nancy Johnson Coughlin. Now, the scholarship will assist Columbia State students from Murray and Hickman County. Nancy is a native of Hickman County. Now, they have this nursing program now, and there is so much to it, and learn all about it and the woman who this honors by going to our website and then finding Main Street Murray, or just go to mainstreetmurray.com. And we have another back to school picture to share with you this morning. Take a look. This is from our paper, Main Street Clarksville. This week, educators there and staff included, well, they were there for development days earlier in the week for everyone to get that chance to make adjustments to class rosters, schedules, and transportation routes. I'm sure so many schools are doing this right now. Well, of course, all this happened after that first half day. Again, you see the student coming off the bus. We have additional back to school information on our website. You know where to go, mainstreetmediatn.com. Let's get a check of our weekend weather. What's in store for all of us as we're making our way out. We're turning over to the team at Tennessee Valley Weather for our weather answers.
From the Tennessee Valley Weather Center, this is your weather today.
Fred Gossett in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center on this Friday with your latest forecast update. Scattered showers and thunderstorms will be fairly likely as we head off and on through our Friday, and that pattern really doesn't change as we go forward for the next few days. They'll be a little more isolated for Saturday and Sunday, but scattered showers and thunderstorms both daytime and nighttime still around. Rain chances hanging on also into the first half of next week. Here's a look at temperatures across Middle Tennessee for the next 5 to 7 days. Mid to upper 80s as we head forward through our Friday. And then as we get into the weekend, rain chances a little more isolated, so we get into the lower 90s. And then a front moves into the area as we get through the first half of next week. That brings daytime highs back into the mid 80s across the Tennessee Valley area of Middle Tennessee. Morning lows in the lower 70s through the weekend, dipping back into the mid 60s as we enter the first half of next week. There's your latest weather from the Tennessee Valley Weather Center. Have a great Friday out there.
There are so many wonderful businesses popping up all over Middle Tennessee. One of those businesses, Nashville Tea Co, located in Columbia. Reporter Chris Yao takes us to Nashville Tea Co this morning to let us in on what's in store for all the visitors that walk in the door.
Good morning and welcome back into Mornings on Main Street, Southern Middle Tennessee. I'm Chris Yao. This morning I am at Nashville Tea Company inside of the factory in downtown Columbia, a beautiful venue for so many great things. And I am so excited to tell you about Nashville Tea Company, but we're also going to hear from the owner, Diane Sheets, because she has a special announcement that has not been made by anyone to this point. So We've got an exclusive special announcement this morning on Mornings on Main Street. But right now, let me show you a little bit about Nashville Tea Company.
So Nashville Tea Company is here at the factory at Columbia, and we are a modern tea bar. We're counter service, though we have really great seating here, very comfortable seating. So we find a lot of people come in to just work and have meetings or have lunch with people. So we do iced teas, hot teas, tea lattes. We make a homemade fruit tea that's actually a Nashville tradition. And we have nitro chai on tap, which is something that's a little unusual, but it's really fantastic. We are kind of known for our chai. We have chai on tap, and then we also make a homemade lemongrass chai latte, which is really fantastic. And then most people know us for our bubble tea, which is really fun. So we find that, bubble tea is a youth trend, but we have so many people coming in from all around the area, all ages, to try bubble tea. And so we really love that we're kind of bringing that to Murray County. And it's fun.
I love that you have brought it to Murray County. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. But we also serve lunch, so breakfast and lunch. So we have a gluten-free, a crustless quiche that's really popular. We have some sandwiches. Our turkey apple gouda sandwich is really fantastic. And we serve food from 9 until 3. We're open 9 to 6, Monday through Saturday. One really exciting thing that, there's a couple exciting things happening. We have not made an announcement yet, but we have a new indoor tea garden that we just opened up. And it allows for extra seating. We have the ability to do parties during the day, during the business day, which we weren't able to do that before just because of capacity. So we have this brand new tea garden. You can rent out the room for private parties, during the business day. And then we also, you can rent out our entire cafe and the tea garden, which will service up to about 72 people if it's like standing. And then we have seating for about 50 people. And that can be rented on Sundays and then in the after business hours as well. And the other thing that we're really excited to announce is that once a month between now and the end of the year, we're going to do a Sunday brunch. So that is something that we haven't done before, and we're really excited to step into that.
Tell me about you. Where are you from? Why are you here? What's going on?
So I have worked in the music industry for the last 25 years. I'm a pro vocal coach, and I work on records, films, and I do a lot of workshops, and my background is in anatomy and physiology of the voice and acoustics. And so I really have a bias towards vocal health and teaching vocal health and making sure that the artists that I work with are performing optimally. So if you sort of think about an athletic trainer for a pro athlete, that's sort of my role when it comes to singers.
So tea.
So I developed a product called Voice Tea about, it's probably been about 10 years ago now. And there were people looking for a drink that would really help with vocal health, that prolonged usage didn't become an issue. So they could drink it all day, every day in the studio, on tours, and not have any adverse health effects. So I developed that, and it just kind of took off. And it's actually an herbal concoction with ginger and lemon. And people started asking me about tea because the product was called Voice Tea. And I didn't know anything about tea, to be honest.
Wow.
So I started doing some studies and going to some workshops and conventions and taking some classes, and really got interested in tea. And here we are.
So The factory is a really unique type of place here in Columbia.
It is.
What made it perfect for you guys?
Well, the vision of the factory is a community marketplace and a place where people can gather. And for me personally, I wanted a place where people felt welcome, that families could gather and friends could gather, and it's a safe, comfortable place. And there wasn't really anything like this in Murray County. And the factory just seemed to be the perfect fit for us. And since we've been here, it'll be almost 5 years now, 4.5 years. We have expanded, and that is just a tribute to the support that we're getting from the community.
How do folks contact you?
Well, follow us on Instagram and Facebook. So Nashville Tea Co is our Instagram. And then we do posts on Facebook, and we try to keep people updated on what's going on and specials and activities. And now we're doing a lot more parties and things like that. We have a princess party coming up. So it's a reservation only for young girls up to the age of, I think 3 to 12 is what we're saying. So follow our Instagram so you can find out about those activities, and we're really excited.
Make sure to come visit Nashville Tea Company right here in downtown Columbia at the factory. Reporting from Columbia, I'm Chris Yao.
Chris, I tell you, I could go for a bubble tea right now. Thank you so much for sharing Nashville Tea Co with all of us. Stick with us here on Mornings on Main Street. We have more coming up after this.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
You can't see the sights without the sounds. From the crack of the bat to the roar of the crowd and everything in between, discover what Hit City has to offer. Spend your nights cheering on the Nashville Sounds at First Horizon Park with giveaways, fireworks shows, theme weekends, and more. Single game tickets are on sale now. Visit NashvilleSounds.com to claim your seat today.
They said I wouldn't make it without a college degree.
They said only a man could be a roofing executive.
They said a former addict always relapses.
They said my amputation would keep me out of roofing.
They said never give an ex-convict a second chance.
They said I could never be a leader.
They said I couldn't support my family as a single mom.
At Rackley, we say they're wrong.
Want to change the world? Change it, one roof at a time.
Good morning and welcome back to Mornings on Main Street. This morning I have Sarah Birk. She is the Grounds and Maintenance Technician for Clarksville Parks and Recreation. And we are here this morning at Valleybrook Park because, Sarah, you took quite the job of doing a little garden area. Not quite so little, but it's to bring in the pollinators. Explain a little bit more about what we have behind us.
So our little garden's 11,000 square feet, but we have roughly 130, 40 plants. We have bulbs and seeds. We just planted a couple trees on Friday, but yeah, so we're basically trying to support the pollinators, bees, butterflies, hummingbirds. They are in trouble, and we're just trying to do our part, you know?
Sarah, tell me, how did this come about? Where did this idea come from?
We were actually in partners with a grant with the USDA. So we got awarded a grant to establish this. This is one of the first in the city. So we're really kind of proud about that. But yeah, so it's kind of just been a learning experience and just kind of picking it up as I go.
That is wonderful. And I have to say, Valleybrook Park is a really nice park area. How many acres do you have here?
Fabulous question. Not sure. I'm usually stationed at other parks, but this is probably one of our oldest. I remember, being in elementary school and we'd always come here, for field trips. As far as square foot, your guess is as good as mine.
Okay, just curious. We're going to look that up for sure. So you have the garden area. What did it take to put all the plants in, all the flowers in, to do the research, to know exactly what to put in?
Many man hours. I probably spent a good week and a half just in solid research mode, face first in my computer. We started off with a completely cleared area. Then we started putting some plants in. We got these from a local nursery. We worked with Austin P on getting the kind of plants that we needed, kind of a good head start.
Okay.
Wes, who's the landscape director over there, came in solid for us. But yeah, then we put in a retaining wall. We've added all the plants. We've added these couple accent retaining walls, a fence, and keep the little critters out. We actually do have a groundhog. His name's Murphy. He doesn't bother anything, so we let him stay. He's not evicted.
You can stay, Murphy. Don't touch the plants.
Yes.
What types of plants did you have to put in? What types are the draw for pollinators?
Really, they love color, and they love pollen, anything that has pollen. Usually like a black spot, like a black-eyed Susan, they're kind of really attracted to. Okay. We have yarrow, we have milkweed, bee balm, which is kind of like the big popular ones. And then we have a couple others that I just, really enjoyed. We have a crepe myrtle we just put in, and just, a bunch of other ones that they're annual, so they come back every year.
Okay.
And we have them if you think of a wave, so you have the spring kind of wave, and then fall and winter as in blooming periods. So it's kind of all around, all year, support the pollinators.
Oh, I love it. So this isn't done yet. You were saying that you have something that you're putting up for bats?
A bat house.
A bat house.
Yes, kind of give them, they have to have their own house too. But yeah, we're putting in a bat house, and we're putting in a pollinator house for bees and butterflies. And we're also getting some signage, and it's coming along.
When do you think it'll be complete?
Ooh, that's a loaded question. It'll take a couple seasons to get it up and running. I'm stepping back here shortly, just kind of doing the touches, little fine touches, and then we're going to let Mother Nature do its work.
Mother Nature is such a beautiful thing. Are you good if people come out to look at what you've done?
Oh, absolutely. Okay. Oh, I've met so many locals who just walk around, every day, and keep their dogs out, and I know them by first name basis now, and they're like, oh, hey, I see you out here doing this now, and they've kind of followed along the whole process with me. So, it's really fun to kind of reminisce. Remember when I was struggling building the wall?
Sarah, you have done a fantastic job. This looks great. So if you'd like to check it out for yourself in Clarksville, head on over to Valleybrook Park. It is off of Crossland. Head over and look at the pollinating garden. It really is great work. Awesome job, Sarah.
Thank you.
And thanks for sharing that with all of us.
Absolutely.
Is there anything that I didn't ask you that you'd want to share?
Actually, yes. Granted, I was out here every day, but this has definitely been a team effort.
Gotcha.
Anytime I've ever needed help, it's coming in floods, not even with our department, with other departments, and that's been probably the best part, is everybody really came together when we had a tragedy, or we had to figure out how to dig out this huge wall, and without even question, maintenance came in and took care of it for us, and it was good to go.
At Boss say once, teamwork makes the dream work.
Yes. Girl, yes.
Sarah, thank you again for your time. Again, the pollinating garden here at Valleybrook Park. Come by and check it out. Stick with us. We have a little bit more coming up on Mornings on Main Street after this.
Tired of hanging lights every year? We get it. That's why Southern Nights is here to help. We install programmable lighting on your home or business so you can enjoy beautiful, customizable lighting all year round. No more ladders, tangled lights, or cold nights outside. We do the work, you do the celebrating. Call Southern Nights today and take the hassle out of holiday lighting forever. For a free quote, give us a call at 931-241-3074 or visit our Facebook page at Southern Nights.
Did you know that up to 80% of us will experience back or neck pain during our lifetime? Many of you are offered surgery or addictive pain pills to relieve your chronic pain. At the Dr. Gill's Center for Back, Neck, Chronic Pain Relief, we have been leading the way to better health, naturally, and have helped tens of thousands of people right here in Middle Tennessee for the past 30 years.
I came to Dr. Gill about 10 years ago after my local doctors recommended surgery. I knew about Dr. Gill and wanted to see if he could help me. 10 years later, I am pain-free, no surgery, and no pain pills.
Surgery is scary, and over 40% of all back surgeries fail, creating a cycle of surgery and pills. There is a safer solution to your chronic pain. Make the call to the Dr. Gill Center for Back Neck Chronic Pain Relief today and get your life back. This office visit is normally $299, but call today and receive your initial consultation, report of finding for just $49. But hurry, this offer won't last long. Call 615-768-8743. That's 615-768-8743.
Welcome back. Well, this morning we're going to look at the difference between a credit union and a bank. I know this is something that I've had a question about in the past, so I'm sure others out there have too. And to share this information, to educate us a little bit this morning, we have Erin Spence with us. She is the Assistant Vice President for Ascend, as well as part of their business development there. First off, Erin, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Stephanie. Good morning. Hello, everyone.
Good morning. So how long have you worked with Ascend Credit Union?
I've been with Ascend since 2006. So I started out in one of our branches in Murfreesboro as a student at MTSU, and then I went on to join the marketing team in 2007. So I like to say that the credit union has raised me because I've had an account here since I was a child and then worked here for a very long time. So.
Oh my gosh. Well, first I have to say, fellow Blue Raider, I love it.
Yes.
Well, tell me, start us off with what is that difference? Again, I know I use my bank. I've never used a credit union, and I think it's because I've never really understood that difference between the two. So can you share that with us this morning?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'd say the primary difference between banks and credit unions are the overall structure. So a credit union is a not-for-profit financial institution. So we really exist to serve our members. And again, our structure is just different than banks. So not that one is right and one is wrong, but it's different. So as a not-for-profit, we don't exist to serve our shareholders. We exist to serve our members, including our volunteer board of directors. So all of our board they are members themselves. So they understand what the interests of the various communities are that they live and work and serve in. So they're volunteer, which really puts them, at the heart of coming from a place of concern for what's best for our members and our community versus, what's best for earning for shareholders. So with that not-for-profit status, we have some more flexibility than traditional banks. So credit unions can really tailor products and services more to their member needs, their individual member needs.
Is there a cost to be, I guess, a member? Because when you think of a bank, I mean, you bank at said bank, but you have to be a member of the credit union to use it. Is that right?
That's correct. Yeah. So there's several different ways that you can become a member, and we can talk some more about that. But there is no cost involved. So typically, credit unions have an initial deposit that has to be made, similar to a bank. So for Ascend, that is $5 in a savings account or a share. We call it a share because essentially that's your share in the credit union. It gives you one vote at our annual meeting, so it allows you to really weigh in on what's important to you and your community. And that $5 is something that if you ever did close your account, you get back. It's not something that we take as a deposit. It really is your share in the company.
Wow, that's incredible. So what other sort of services do you offer as a credit union?
Yeah, so Ascend Federal Credit Union, we are federally chartered. So what that means essentially is we do have a limited field of membership. So you do have to qualify to join. Some credit unions are community-based, where if you live, work, worship, attend school in that community, you're eligible to join. We are more employer-based. And so we partner with organizations across Middle Tennessee. That's our footprint. And through those partnerships, we extend eligibility to employees of employer organizations. We also partner with various organizations and associations to allow their members access. And we have a large partnership with the Nature Conservancy in Tennessee to allow anyone who doesn't have an avenue to join to come in that way. And so for Ascend, with our charter being that way, it's just a little different. We're not community-based where just by living in a certain county you can join. We do have some underserved areas. We have quite a few in Davidson and Rutherford County that also allow folks to join. So that's a little bit about how we're structured. But again, some credit unions are our community.
Are you as easily accessible as, say, a bank would be?
Yes, we are. And so pretty much now through our partnership with the Nature Conservancy, anyone can join. And to go back to your earlier question, I kind of got off on our eligibility point, but we do offer the same products and services as traditional banks. So again, it's more about having that flexibility to tailor those products to our member needs. So we offer everything from your traditional savings and checking accounts to investment services. We have a whole investment division. And so we have certified professionals that work on that side as well. So really we can tailor the relationship to anyone. We have a big focus on youth, as up and coming. So we see a lot of our members do come in through their parents, so they join at an early age, and we like to keep them throughout their life and those, special moments or times that they need financial intervention or services, the good and the bad. We want to be there with them through all of those events.
Erin, thank you for all of this information, valuable information there about that difference between banks and credit unions. I look forward to connecting with you again. Maybe we'll be talking about the history of Ascend and how this Middle Tennessee-based credit union came about the next time that we speak with Erin Spence. So Erin, thank you so much, and then we'll see you soon.
Okay, thank you, Stephanie.
Have a good one. Stick with us here on Mornings on Main Street. We have more coming up after this.
There's a lot to consider when it comes to choosing a Medicare plan. That's where Health Markets Insurance Agency can help. Independent licensed insurance agents who work with Health Markets can answer your questions about the different parts of Medicare, when you can enroll, benefits, costs, and more. Speak to a local licensed insurance agent today to get started on your Medicare journey.
Right now, they have a dragon here. I saw it.
But no, they don't. There's no such thing as dragons.
I swear, I saw it. It had huge claws.
Get out of here.
It had eyes as big as the moon. Come on, I'll show you.
Wait up.
Do you hear that? We're almost there.
Whoa!
I told you so. That is a dragon.
Welcome back. Here's a look back at our Main Street Media Awards for Montgomery County. You get to see the turnout there. It was another wonderful morning, an early one, but it was so great to visit with our finalists and winners of the Main Street Media Awards for Montgomery County. So many great restaurants and businesses, community services in all of our counties. And again, this area, no exception. I have to say, so many of these businesses I'm familiar with because I live here in Clarksville. But again, a great turnout, and we appreciate everyone who was there yesterday morning. Okay, don't forget you have the Music City Grand Prix happening this weekend. So if you're traveling in or around Nashville, expect some road closures. Again, just a heads up on that if you are out and about. We appreciate you being here this morning. Always love having you, and we look forward to seeing you back here on Monday.